Hey YouTube, this is Land Sea Survival and Adventure here, and I wanted to do a knife review today on the Cold Steel Mackinac Hunter. The Cold Steel Mackinac Hunter has been a great knife for me. I've had it for about a month and a half now, and I've carried it for 2 weeks. Now, having it for those 2 weeks in pocket, it has been a great knife, although it's a little heavy. I mean, let's take a look here on the scale. It comes in at around, comes in at around 6.39 ounces. And for me, that's just a little heavy. I really feel it in the pocket. There's times where I won't, like I took it fishing 2 days ago. I took the knife fishing. No, I took it with me fishing two days ago. And it did a great job at all the cutting tasks there. I did whatever I needed to do with the knife, cut fishing line, cut bait, cut all that, and it did a fantastic job. The steel on this is AUS 8A. I believe it's Japanese-made stainless steel that Cold Steel uses. It takes a really fine edge. Now, that's not to say that it holds the edge the best or is the most rust-resistant, but for what you're paying for, it is a really good steel. And that comes in at a really fine point there with that Mackinac Hunter Bowie clip point style blade that I really like for this knife. It has relatively thick stock, so as that comes down on the swedge there, that unsharpened swedge, it makes a really fine but strong point. It is a hollow ground blade. You can feel that if you run your fingers through a blade, whether it's hollow ground or not. It has kind of a concave feeling to it. It comes with a adjustable thumb stud that if you take a flat head, you can move it further right or further left, depending if you're right or left-handed. It comes with one of those really overly stiff Cold Steel pocket clips in a satin, almost polished finish. It's a good pocket clip, but it's really stiff. It makes it difficult to put on certain jeans, certain pants, trying to, put it over the pocket, that sort of thing. And it comes with a second pocket clip for the other side. The reason why they had to give you a second one is because of the shape of the pocket clip. If you tried to flip that over on this side, it would become non-functional due to its shape. Now, all the hardware on this is Torx head screws. Even the pivot. The pivot is only adjustable from one side. So, aligning a blade, if the blade is not aligned properly, might take a little bit of tweaking. It has the axis, not the axis, wow, that's Benchmade. It has the Cold Steel Triad lock, which is amazingly strong. And with any practical use, you're never gonna see that lock fail, because it has that stopping pin right there in the back, which takes all the immediate force off of the lock bar and off of the blade. So you see that there. So like I said, Torx head screws on it. You have Delrin faux stag handles. Make very nice handle scales. They look very nice. You have a lightly stonewashed steel liners or steel frame, and the blade comes in with a satin finish. There's a nail nick version that has the nail nick here or back here for deployment, and there's also ones that come in thumb stud and the nail nick that have a leather pouch or leather sheath if you want to carry it that way. I didn't get one because I knew I wouldn't carry it that way. So it comes with this steel or even possibly aluminum backspacer. I'm not quite sure. Can't find any information on that, and that might be why it has so much weight, because it is kind of a thick backspacer. See if I can get it to focus up on there. It is kind of a thick backspacer. as it runs through the knife. You see the all that nice pocket lint and the spring in there for the mechanism in the underside of the lock bar. See how much that lock bar comes up and how thick that lock bar is with that stopping pin. It is a really nice knife, honestly. Has a nice belly on it, great cutting capabilities, used it quite a bit. I really enjoy it. One thing, however, is that when I got this, the blade leans to the right a little bit, but it doesn't rub up on the frame at all. The only reason why it bothers me on this knife is because of how close together the liners or the frame is. Because if it moved over just a little bit more, it'd probably be rubbing on it. And having a one side only adjustable pivot pin means that it's going to take just a little extra time to tweak the blade into place. So, some other specs on this knife. It is from tip to back of the knife 8 1/4 inches. The blade length is 3 1/2 inches. The blade thickness right here on the stock there is 0.138 inches. So you got a fairly beefy blade, not the thickest blade, but it's got some size to it. It is a clip point, hollow ground, satin finish, and a plain edge. They do not have serrated edges for this style of knife, from what I've seen. They don't have it on their other style of this knife as well, known as the Lone Star Hunter. They do not have it in serrated either. But they do have it in either thumb stud or nail nick version with or without a leather pouch. So, the handle length is 4 3/4 inches. The Delrin Faux Stag. The liners, again, stainless steel with a light stonewash finish. And the carry will only be tip up right or left hand carry. Now, obviously there's no fancy spring assist behind this, especially in a lockback. I wouldn't want any kind of spring assist. It's heavy enough as it is. I know that adding spring assist mechanism does take some weight to make. So, I mean, lockback made by Cold Steel. The model number is 54 BTSL. And I guess the manufacturing country of origin is in Taiwan. I'm pretty sure the steel is made in Japan, so they ship that over and manufacture this in Taiwan. And as an overall usable knife, I really enjoy it. I think you guys will too. I got mine off of KnifeWorks, and I know that most of the bigger knife distributing brands carry this knife. So check it out. Get yourself one if you really like it. It's really cool. I got mine for around $48, and they range from $40 to $60. So go check that out. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe.